Welcome to another episode of Mojave River Valley News. This is our candidate series. And again, we're out here at the Hesperia Civic Park. What a beautiful night. We have some candidates tonight we're going to be talking about from the city of Victorville, from an assembly seat, from a school board seat, to a water board seat, to a college seat. And it'd be fun to see exactly what everybody's thinking here tonight. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. Great interview for you. I have Michael Krause. He's running for the Adelanto Elementary School Board out there. And so it's exciting to see what's happening in our schools and what these candidates think. Hey, we'll be right back with you in just a minute. Hey, welcome back. I'm Eric Swanson. I'm here with Michael Krause. Michael's running for Adelanto Elementary School, which is a district-wide. No, it's a separate districts, right?
It's K6, K8.
I know, but your areas that you're
Yes,
elected
by
in.
district. Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. I want to make sure. Some
Yes,
areas
sir.
Ellendale is still not done that way. Michael, take a moment and tell the folks who you are.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, first off, for this opportunity, Mr. Swanson. My name is Michael Krause, and again, as he stated, I'm running for the Adelanto Elementary School District Board of Trustees in Area 1. Area 1 is the Eagle Ranch area. It comprises Mesa Linda Middle School, Eagle Ranch Elementary, and Morgan Kincaid Prep. I've been a resident of the High Desert for over 24 years. I was a proud military veteran out of Fort Irwin, California. And after I got out of the Army, I decided to stay in the Victor Valley and make my home here. I've been a resident here for many years. And so I have an undergrad in finance and economics. I have a master's in management, a master's in educational leadership, and currently working on my doctorate in educational leadership. And I've been in the education world for the last over 20 years. And so I'm a proud proponent of education for our students.
So you're running for a seat, and I asked everybody this question. I even asked you over this question.
All right.
So you're running for a seat. It's a multi-million-dollar organization. How do you feel you fit with that?
Absolutely. Great question. So I started out as a substitute teacher in my career when I was at Fort Irwin and worked my way up into administration. And for the last 15 years, I'd say I'm a chief financial officer for school districts. So I've handled budgets all the way up to $500,000 as a chief financial officer for a school district. And that involves all of their operations and managing their budgets throughout the year. And then my last assignment was as the superintendent of the Adelanto Elementary School District. So I had a much broader view from the superintendent's level as well, managing the budget, making sure the resources were allocated to the school sites and to the families and where it was needed. And so I have a very keen understanding of the state budget and then how it trickles down into school district budgets and then how we need to allocate those resources where they're best needed.
So let's shift in because we're talking about finances, because one of the things that's affecting all the schools out there is trying to get the average daily attendance, the ADA, up to where it was pre-pandemic. Where do you think the schools need to go, or Adelanto needs to go, to get those numbers back up to where it was before?
Well, as all school districts saw after COVID, a lot of students disappeared. We don't know where they went. They moved out of state. But one thing that I think we really need to focus on is marketing the programs that our district has to offer to our families and attract them back. Maybe some of them went to homeschool, maybe them are alternative programs, but we really got to market and say, here's what we have for your students. Market to the families, because if we're not telling our story of what we have, someone else is telling the story. And so we want to make sure, again, that we're marketing that and bring up our ADA, and then not only attract new students, but keep the students that we have. So there's a twofold: keep the students that we have by offering them and their families the resources they need, but also attracting new families as they move in. As Hesperia has seen, is also in Adelanto, there's a lot of growth in housing. And so we want to attract those new families into our district as well as we move forward.
So let's segue, because it's the pandemic thing is sometimes you look at this, could be you're talking about safety issue. Let's have a different safety issue. So, one of our number one jobs, you know this very, very well. It's like, is keeping our students safe.
Absolutely.
What does Adelanto need to do? Where does it need to go? And what is it doing, you think, today that's either good, bad, or indifferent?
So one of the great things that we did under my leadership was we created what we call a single point of entry, where all of the front doors are locked and you have to be buzzed in by somebody at the front desk in order to come into our school. So you can't just walk through any door on the campus. We made sure the perimeters were all secure. That's one layer of safety. We also instituted a system where you were checks and balances. So you hand over your license, they check it, make sure you're not on Megan's list, and, as far as safety. But we know that we hear stories all the time about school shootings and things like that. We've done a great job of providing active shooter training to our staff, to our students. We constantly do drills, but it just needs to be, over and over, practiced over and over again. I think that we can never say that we're completely safe. But if we look at our resources, our money, we do facilities assessments. I think that's one thing that Adelanto needs to do, is do a facilities assessments on all their facilities, to have somebody come in and say, hey, here's your weak points. Maybe you need a better fence here. Maybe you need something else over here to help. Maybe you need more cameras over here. So I think that's one of the things. A district-wide security camera system is one thing that we are lacking right now. So that way we have cameras, but they're kind of Mickey Mouse at each site. So that's one of the big things I think right now that we need to do.
Let's go off a different direction. So one of the things we're seeing today, we're seeing there's an amazing CTE program. I'm sure you're well across with the college and all the high schools.
Absolutely.
Now it's gotten down into the junior highs and the middle schools. And in many of the districts, and I don't know where Adelanto is on this, it's like starting the students off at, like in the sometimes the fourth or fifth and sixth grade in the CTE, it's just making sure that they understand trades. It's so funny because you're talking about sometimes a second or third grader want to be, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a policeman, but starting to really truly understand this. Where do you think Adelanto fits in this world?
So one of the things that I was proud of that we started was that we started collaborating with Victor Valley Union High School District, because we're a feeder district into the high school district. And at high school level, they've got many more CTE programs. But we want to make sure, as you say, on the third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade level, we've got guest speakers coming in from all the different industries in the high desert or wherever they're from, and talking to the students about careers and what they can be, because it's never too young in my mind to help students figure out, hey, I might want to be a pilot. I might want to be a plumber. It doesn't matter, whatever the trades are. But I think we also need to look at bringing instructional programs. Maybe they're after school, in part of the after school program, look at those trades and having them come in and do some classes for our students to get them interested in that. Because again, as you said, there's a shortage in America of our trades. I mean, I try to find a plumber, try to find a welder. It's almost impossible right now. You wait 6 months. So I think that we really need to just partner with industry and bring them in and have them really talk to our students and families and say, hey, here's what the possibilities are.
Now, one of the things that we're seeing in schools today, and it's not as much in a really, really short time to show you how fast it happens, is the artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Where should we be going?
Well, I think artificial intelligence should be a tool. It shouldn't be a catch-all. I think it's a tool that students can use outside, maybe at their homework, and help get answers, but show them the answers, not give them the answers. But there's a lot of great programs out there. I don't think it should be used in the classroom for instruction at this time until they really get a handle on it. So in the future, hopefully they'll get a better handle on how to navigate it and how it can help students in the future.
How about you coming into a board? Remember, there's 5 of you.
Yes.
You have a superintendent.
Yes.
You have to work with 4 other people. How do you feel you fit?
Well, I think that we have to be unified as a board. So we can disagree on issues, but I think at the end of the day, it's what's best for students. And so as long as we have a unified front, and I'm willing to work with anybody on a board, because as you know, boards change with every election.
Sure.
And I'm more than willing to work with them to make sure that we are unified and doing what's best. At the end of the day, every question that a board should ask is this what's best for students in every decision that we make? And so I think I would fit well and work. And as you know, boards, they only have one employee, and that's the superintendent. So we want to make sure we have the best superintendent in place. I was the 10th superintendent in 12 years. There's been a lot of turnover in the district. So one of my goals on being on the board is to make sure that there's consistency, that we get a superintendent that stays in the high desert, because our families and our students deserve somebody that's going to be there for long term.
Mike, I'll tell the folks why they should vote.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. Again, I have 24 years experience in education. I'm well versed on what students need. I work well with our teachers, with our classified staff, with our administrators, and as I just stated, I will work well with the board and make sure that every decision that we make is what's best for students at the end of the day. So I humbly ask for your vote for Adelanto Elementary School District Board of Trustees, Area 1 again, and that's Morgan Kincaid, Eagle Ranch Elementary, and Mesa Linda Middle School area. So thank you very much for your consideration.
Michael, thank you very much for sharing with us today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We've had a chance to sit down with some great candidates tonight. It's interesting to see how what the candidates feel that what they need to be and what where they're trying to aspire, and what they think the city council or the school board, for the water board, or whatever agency, even the trustees at the college, what everybody's thinking here. So you know what? If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up, because we want to provide more of these candidate forums, these interviews, to get them out to the public, because how in the world do you find out who these folks are nowadays? It's very, very difficult. So you know what? Stay tuned. We got more coming your way, more episodes of, no matter if it's candidates or all kinds of stuff from Mojave River Valley News. We'll see you next time.
to have somebody come in and say, hey, here's your